Pandorum, 2009. Now this is a controversial film because a lot of people hate it. They think it's rubbish, absolute garbage, and I avoided it. I avoided it like the plague. I saw a trailer for it. I thought the trailer was pretty poor. I thought it looks like it's trying to cash in on practically every horror genre out there, and perhaps in a way it does. But for some reason the other night I just ended up watching it, and I have to say I was really pleasantly surprised. I think this film will end up being a cult classic. I really do. Now, it does have a sort of overproduced sheen to it. It doesn't have a grittiness, which would have been really great, I think. But I think it's a relatively low budget film. I think it's still, I mean, I say relatively low budget. I think it's maybe 30 million, something like that. But it's certainly a B movie, and it stars Ben Foster, and Dennis Quaid, and it's a science fiction horror film. And if you watch my channel, you'll know that that's right up my street. There are parallels that can be drawn between this and a whole bunch of other science fiction horror films out there, but more or less the story is about two guys that wake up out of cryogenic stasis after, well, you don't know how long, but several years at least, of being on this ship, and they are both suffering from amnesia. That's apparently something that occurs with cryogenic stasis, and they wake up to find themselves on a spaceship, and on this spaceship they seem to be sealed off where they are, and there doesn't seem to be any other people kicking about, and they're wondering just what the hell's going on. All they basically remember is they know there's some part of the crew, and as their memory comes back they will have an important function to pursue once they, let's say, they get their memory back. So a lot of the film then takes the course of the Dennis Quaid and Ben Foster especially. Ben Foster goes out and tries to fix all manner of things to let them get out of the section of the ship they're in, and on the way he meets some other survivors and things like this, and then they start to piece together what's going on, whereas Dennis Quaid's character stays sort of at the computers trying to figure out and lead the crew or the people that are left to their goals. Now, while they're there as well, there seem to be these creatures on board that are going around killing people, and that's as much as I really want to reveal, because the story is decent, but really it's completely derivative. I'm not going to lie, it's a completely derivative film. It really feels like it's the descent in space, and I think a lot of people drew the parallels with that, and there's a lot of the descent in it. There's a lot of Event Horizon in it and the feel of it, but I think the people involved with making Event Horizon were executive producers on this. Yeah, Paul W.S. Anderson, amongst others. It was directed by Christian Alvart and written by Travis Malloy. I'm not really terribly aware of their previous work, to be honest, but it borrows heavily, Event Horizon, The Descent, bits of Alien, pretty much everything out there. But what I must say about it is that I think it really deserves another look. Watch it. It's good fun. It's a good fun film. The scope of it was pretty big. I was really surprised with the amount of effects work that went on in this film, especially for something that wasn't like $100 million movie. And unfortunately it didn't do well, and I don't think it's done that well on DVD either. It was supposed to have a prequel and a sequel, and each film I think was supposed to be in a different genre. So this is the horror film. I think the first film, by the sounds of it, sounds more sort of science fiction based, and the third seems to be more action based. There was a lot of action in this film as well, some good fight scenes, stuff like that going on. But yeah, I was really impressed with it. But maybe that's what happens. Sometimes you have really low expectations, and that's when you get blown away by something. These days, I have low expectations about most films, to be honest. But I was surprised by it. I can understand why some people think it's cheap and tacky and a rip off of other things. But yes, it borrows heavily from other films, but the mixture that it creates, it executes it really well, in my opinion. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. The ending could have done without, but I could say that about most films, to be honest. Normally films fall apart in the last 20 minutes, and this doesn't fall apart. It's just I wasn't totally keen on it. But yeah, Pandorum, check it out. It really, one of the best things about it is that the idea of Pandorum is a sort of sickness that takes place in human beings' minds when they're out in space, and drives people to madness and killing each other and stuff like that. So it explores that and explores a whole bunch of other things as well. Definitely worth a look. Ben Foster's excellent in it, but you know, I think Dennis Quaid's such an underrated actor. He's fantastic in this, as he's fantastic in everything. So check it out. Pandorum. Don't really have much else to say. Oh, I'm really tired, so I think this is the last video I'm going to make tonight. And I know I was supposed to do a horror news for the week, but because I've been ill for most of the week, I've not really had the chance to look through the horror news this week. But I'm hoping that I'll do one come Sunday. Tomorrow I won't be able to make a video, but Sunday I will make a couple. So I'll see you guys then, and thanks for watching.